Happy Trader predicted with a downtrend alert exactly what was going to happen. And not only did it predict it, it did it off the bell yesterday. And then bang, you get that follow through off that downtrend signal that you were alerted to and could have bought puts on yesterday morning and just woke up today to massive gains. And then we had our signal clear as day that chimed right on our users' phones and told you that if you were looking at the NASDAQ, that you had a clear downtrend. Head quant at happytrader.io, the best trading view indicator available on the market. I'm going to go ahead and let the chart speak for itself. And I know you can probably guess the top left of the screen is obviously Tesla, and Tesla has been on a tear. We're looking at a 5-minute chart using our indicator here, happytrader.io. So you can see that during the earnings after the market closed yesterday, Tesla gapped down significantly. Now, is it getting bought back up? Yeah, it's getting bought back up, sure. But if you were trying to make an informed decision and you are somebody who plays earnings, there's a couple things that you need to keep in mind. That volatility is going to get crushed down by the release of the earnings, and there's a build up to that earnings. So what's the way to kind of play earnings? And none of this is financial advice, for educational purposes only. But what's the way to play these types of scenarios? Well, you can play reverse iron condors. You could do iron condors if you just want to put them out wide. So if we stretch the chart down, you could sell a call here and then buy a call here, and then you could sell a put here and then buy a put here as your wings to set up a defined risk trade where you're going to be able to collect that premium. Now, the problem with earnings when you do it this way is that you're going to end up in a scenario where you're going to have to hold overnight to reap the benefits, right? So a lot can happen overnight. And in fact, most moves with stocks do happen overnight. So what I'm trying to say here is Happy Trader predicted with a downtrend alert exactly what was going to happen. So, and not only did it predict it, it did it off the bell yesterday, for the most part. Let's see when we had this, 10:15 right on the dot is when somebody knew something and Happy Trader picked up on that and threw a downtrend signal. So, that's why I say don't look at these super trend-esque buy and sell potential reversals. A potential reversal is gonna backtest really terribly. Our downtrend signal predicted this on the 5-minute chart. Now let's go out to the 10-minute chart. It predicted it on the 10-minute chart. It just took longer, right? More of a macro time frame. If we go out to the 15-minute chart, you can see, let's stretch it all the way out here, and you can see on the 15-minute chart, oh, look at this here. This is super interesting. We had a downtrend signal, and then we had an uptrend signal, and then another downtrend signal. So we had a signal that was kind of contraindicated on a day before earnings, and you can see the volatility reflected by all this signaling by Happy Trader, right? But if you subscribe to the channel, which, I mean, you don't have to, but it would be a smart thing for you to do, you would know that when Happy Trader throws a downtrend signal and then it throws an uptrend signal that never goes up at all, and then it throws another downtrend signal, we know what's coming, okay? So let's go out to the 30-minute chart and let's evaluate. When did we get the heads up on the 30-minute chart? Well, we got it all the way back on the 17th. So, we knew this was coming on the 30-minute chart. If you're a 30-minute chart trader and you have Happy Trader, you don't know what's going to happen here. This is just telling you what did happen. So when you turn on Happy Trader and you set up your alert for buy and sell signals and then your AI buy and sell signals, that's going to chirp on your app, a webhook, an email. It's going to play whatever sound you want it to play, and it's going to set the alert up right over here, okay? So for whatever you're setting alerts up for, this one's a webhook. These are for some in development indicators that we're working on. So, let's flip back to the market. You can see that on a day like today, 3% down on the NASDAQ, it got completely dumped. And you would have known no better as far as Tesla, right? One more thing with Tesla. Let's go out to the 45-minute chart. And you can see that on the 19th, we threw our downtrend signal. Now, we had that kind of crazy little uptrend, downtrend contention here, and we had our downtrend signal prevail. But we had a double downtrend and an uptrend that never really came after a potential buy signal. When we get this signal without a buy signal attached to it, a lot of times we're going to see follow through to that side, right? And you can see that with the back testing that we run in a lot of our other videos. Most, if not all of our videos are back testing. Now, getting back to the NASDAQ, okay, big tech. So if you don't know, NASDAQ is the 100 big tech stocks, essentially the biggest cap stocks. And we also have the S&P 500, which is the 500 biggest, baddest stocks, right? That comprise most of the weight of the market. What we want to do as far as the index levels, we want to look at that. So we know Happy Trader, if you were just kind of scalping along yesterday, you had the heads up that the earnings call was going to be to the downside. Okay. Just calling it like it is. And this came out in real time. It's not like this painted after the fact. This came up right here and it sat there. So we had a downtrend signal on deck. Now, did we trade flat? Did we have a flat Illuma trend here? Yeah, we did. But we never had a follow through. Then we had a potential reversal right before the bell of buying versus selling right before an earnings call. And then bang, you get that follow through off that downtrend signal that you were alerted to and could have bought puts on yesterday morning and just woke up today to massive gains, right? It's just one way to do this. And as we see a 3% downturn in the NASDAQ today, I mean, it's significant. Significant. To me, I don't see this as panic mode, but it looks like the market does today. And we had a lot of CEOs dumping stock, Bezos and Musk and all them. But let's go to the index, right? Let's actually go to the NASDAQ. We're going to look at the NQ futures. And let's kind of like reset the chart view and let's go all the way out to the 45-minute chart. And you can see on the index level, this is even more obvious, okay? So you had this signal pop yesterday, all right? And it popped early. And then you can see the continuation through. And look at all the red candles here. I mean, you can barely tell with the Illuma trend, but when it matches like that, it's all the same, obviously. It's just sell, 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 sell. And to me, that's really excessive selling. What that indicates to me as well is there was a lot of leverage in the market. So a lot of options, a lot of futures that needed to liquidate in one direction or the other. The market has been going up and up and up. And now, the market giveth, the market taketh, and we did have our downtrend signal. So again, if you were a swing trader, contrary to what we just looked at Tesla, where you could have been a day trader and played the earnings using Happy Traders alerts, you can do the same exact thing by adding an alert buy and sell signal, sentiment AI buy and sell here for the NASDAQ, and then you would just get alerted on your app, even if you're not sitting here in front of your computer, which who wants to do that all day long? And you're going to get that downtrend signal, and it's going to say NQ downtrend signal has been triggered, right? If you have an active alert, and you can always pause these alerts too. So it's really nice. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we do a lot of back testing, and none of it's on these regular potential trend reversals, right? Because you don't always get the move off of these potentials, okay? If you were to put this into a back tester, these signals here, no bueno. So getting back to, what's actually going on in the market, I mean, Happy Trader told us that we were going to start going down all the way on the 16th. And then, yes, did we get a buy signal with an uptrend? Yes, we did. And it looked like a strong one. It potentially strong one that sold right back off. And then we had our signal clear as day that chimed right on our users' phones and told you that if you were looking at the NASDAQ, that you had a clear downtrend. So you can't say that Happy Trader isn't predicting the market and isn't a predictive indicator, because if you squish this chart down and you see selling, 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 oh, maybe that's a buy the dip. Oh, maybe that's a buy the dip. Oh, oh, dip keeps dipping. And it looks like it could dip even more, right? Between the time that Tesla earnings hit and now, we're down 3.06%. And it doesn't look like there's signs of it giving up. Now, something else that you can look at for this is the vol-D. And let's just take a look at that. And you can see it day by day on the 45-minute chart. So this was an uptrend day. And then we had lots of bullishness. And then, but you could see there were people certainly selling lots, right, in the days leading up. But we had just so many days that were straight up. And Happy Trader's not going to line up with the market internals. But you can clearly see that on that vol-D that we had a big problem on the horizon. Now, what I want to do is go back to the 30-minute chart, a similar heads up on the 30-minute chart. Let's go down to the 15-minute chart. We're going to have to reset our chart view. And you can see again, it didn't matter what time frame you were trading on. You got alerted to this downtrend signal, okay? So whether your alert was set on the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 45, let's go down to the 10. The 10-minute did it before we even got the potential trend reversal, which shows that, hey, maybe that downtrend is going to be sharp when it does hit. And then if we go down finally to the 5-minute chart, let's see when we had any indication. And it looks like it was a long time ago. So it looks like it was here, all the way back here. So yesterday morning, as the market, kind of afternoon, as the market started getting going, we had this uptrend signal, and then we had, bang, this downtrend signal. Now, if you would have traded this uptrend signal, yes, you could have made money, but it was choppy. So you can see overall just the breadth of these moves and what kind of trades could you make off of moves like this. And again, theoretically, you could sell call vertical spreads that are out of the money with a stop loss. So a 1x stop, a 2x stop, something like that, where, yeah, you might get pushed a little bit in the beginning of the trade. You can also run debit, right? So you can go debit put. You could do a long put, which means just buying a put option. So you would have done well on any of these time frames. Happy Trader continues to perform and prove itself between the back testing, all of the track record creation that we have been showing you on this channel. This is phenomenal, and we're super proud of what we've done. And that's going to be today's video. My name's Ryan, CEO and head quant here at Happy Trader. Have a great day and happy trading.